Hi, fellow patriots. This is Peter Boykin from #GoRight. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like it, and share this right now. Time to go right. So today we're asking the question, left, right, or Milo? Which is worse for the gay conservative movement? My name is Peter Boykin. I'm #GoRight with Peter Boykin. This is on GoRightNews.com. So Milo Yiannopoulos still continues on his long streak of saying that he is a straight white male. Although for many, many years, we have only seen him definitely as a gay British male. And you just don't change overnight. As much as I, Peter Boykin, founder of Gays for Trump, have probably reached out to him and said multiple times, hey, look, if you want to be straight, that's on you. But at the end of the day, you imposing your beliefs on other people, it just doesn't work out. Milo, here's the issue. When you say it's your religion, your faith, your personal faith, if you believe that being gay at your level of understanding is a sin and that you rejecting your sins will help you somehow move on to a higher life, that's great with you. That's great for you. Bless you, sir. But Milo, you don't impose that on the rest of the gay community, especially the right-wing conservative gay community. Now, I'll be the first to admit there's not as many of us out there, at least not doxed and verbal. When it comes to the minority, it's easy to find women who are Republicans, men who are Republicans, etc. It's actually easier to find blacks that are Republican because blacks might fuss at those in their own community who go right. But at the end of the day, the black community will still take them in because they're black. The same thing goes for the Latino community, a community full of right-wing Latinos. Now, when it comes to the gay community, you always have roadblocks there in place. You have to find a gay person who's out and willing to say they're gay in public. Then you have to find someone who hasn't been brainwashed by the left and also who does not believe in what they are told by certain people on the right that they don't belong. So you have to find from the smaller pool someone who is in the gay communities that is out, that is proud, that is doxed and verbal, and who has the confidence to deal with both the left and the right. Now, many people saw that in Milo Yiannopoulos, someone that was out there and bold and talked about issues like in Muslims, radical Muslims throwing gays off of buildings. Milo had at one time made a point about this. This was a major part of his activism and popularity at that moment. The problem is, we've now found out that this was all a troll. Milo claimed he liked Donald Trump, but like many others during the 4 years of Donald Trump, Milo doubted him. Milo complained about every single little thing that Trump did. Meanwhile, like so many others, Milo had no understanding of how it is to be president. Even Donald Trump has proven that no one really understands until they are president. It is a job that you just don't know. You can see the job description, you can watch from the outside, but you just don't know how it is to be president until you have the job. To be fair, critiques on how well or what a president should do goes for many compliments or comments on really any of the presidents, left or right. This reveals the issue of consistently complaining about a president that you're supposed to support. As one party or the other, we have the understanding that we can be verbal about presidents that we don't share the same values with and oppose. Just look at gays against Joe Biden that Gays for Trump has created. Even a one-off about a president that you, quote, support can be understood. Though when it comes to, and when it came down to Donald Trump, Milo was one of the people who complained the most. It's a telltale sign that those individuals who claimed they supported Trump only did it for clout. They never really supported Trump. It even seemed that their complaints about Donald Trump were so severe that it almost seemed like people like Milo were competing with the leftist media on how much they could trash Trump. Milo was never for Trump because Milo is only and only ever for Milo. And if he didn't think that Trump was doing what he thought Trump should do, then it was trash talking. We saw this during the 2020 campaign with Milo actually selling the Better with Pence t-shirt. Let's explain to those who might have felt the same way about Trump. Donald Trump is one man. He can only do so much. He's only one individual. That's why we have different branches of government. No man should be expected to be able to handle all of the world's troubles without backup. We saw this when so many had thought that Trump could do it all. Sadly, the Republicans' flaw, and those on the right, is to not work hard enough to secure the rest of the systems in place to back our sitting president. It is why we lost the midterms in 2018, which ultimately led to 2 years that Trump had to struggle almost all of his own. Many groups never lost faith in Donald Trump. That includes Gays for Trump. And it was unfortunate that someone like Milo Yiannopoulos quite literally crapped on true gay conservatives and those that leaned right, many of which had helped him gain his fame, which he squandered away with ineffectiveness and dime store books. Right-wing gays have always worked hard, not only fighting against the left, but fighting against the right. The biggest insult to their hard work is to see Milo Yiannopoulos align themselves with individuals like MAGA rap star Bryson Gray and the Westboro Baptist Church. Milo Yiannopoulos calls it the, quote, season of hate, which I would like to call the season of being lost. For many years, Milo had been losing his fame and his fortune and his effectiveness. So this new direction might be seen at least an accomplishment. So Milo had accomplished one goal lately, and that's generating a lot of hate. Milo has rejected lately his hate of the past and misdirected his hate of the left and feminism by going after his supporters that dare not say their names, though the list is growing every single day. I have reached out to inform Milo that when he attacks any individual that's in the group that I helped found, Gays for Trump, that he is attacking me and others who have worked hard to get us included in places they dare never have let us in before. A progress that is hard enough to maintain with the left-leaning gays throwing extremism in the mix. I didn't create gay conservatives, and Milo seems to want to claim he did and tends to destroy us. Even log cabin Republicans, who have been around since 1977, did not create right-leaning gays. Gay conservatives have been around before. It's a natural observation that there's going to be right and left gays, just like any other community. It is very clear, but those like Milo are working against nature while injecting a religious belief of personal faith into a political party. To myself, it is no different than having people tell us women, blacks, or Latinos, etc., cannot be right-leaning Republicans. We should all know better. There might not be as many verbal members out there, but it doesn't matter. They are out there. At the end of the day, there is gay conservatism. There's always going to be gay conservatism, and we're not going to let people like Milo change that. Extremism will always exist. Homophobes, bigots, and people like Milo will always inject hate against gay conservatism. This is a battle we, as the gay right-leaning communities, have to accept. That rhetoric from the left or the right will always try to interfere with what we believe in. Gays for Trump has always been against extremism, both left and right, and we have implored people to work for our human rights, which very much includes gay rights. Something we saw that Trump understood, that the best path is the path with resistance, but not extremism. And to fit in, we have to work hard for inclusion. We have to fight against the right, and we have to fight against the left. And I think we have to fight against the right more than we even have to fight against the left. Nowadays, the left throws insults, while the right will actually stab us in the back, with Milo lately picking out the longest knife. As for those like Milo, here's our message. We're going to continue to fight hard. We will continue to watch you. And we will continue to monitor what you do. And since you are supposed to be on the right, we might even compliment you on something we may agree on. After all, a broken clock works twice a day, and on good days, if you do your math right with the time zones, 48 times a day. The lesson to be learned from this is to be careful of who you throw your support behind, as they might just be a wolf in the meadow. This is Peter Boykin from #GoRight. Go to GoRightNews.com and follow our podcast. Have a great day.